So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some annotations, and you're expected to add probably about 8 or so annotations to each design. Now it's not the norm to put a number on it, the amount. It's more about the range and the different annotations that you produce that count. And it's important that you don't repeat your annotations because, from a marking perspective, we want to see a range of knowledge that you've actually built up in your research work especially, and your own personal opinions as well. So, the areas that you're going to annotate for this particular task or this assessment, I want you to annotate the materials, the design or shape itself, anything to do with safety, the manufacturability, your personal opinions, the component parts, and how it relates to the brief and specification. So, if you annotate one for each of those and the odd extra one, well, you're there for each one, but it's important that you don't actually repeat what you're saying. So the first thing is, looking back from my research, remember what we said, we touch and pull away with our arrow. So I'm using my 0.2 or 0.5 pen, and I'm going to say acrylic because that's the material. It's a brittle plastic. It's a brittle plastic. So there we go. I've got my materials annotation done straight away. So let's have a look at safety. I'm going to say that this part here is a stable base. And then I'm going to say won't tip up. So when that's sat on the bedroom dresser, it's not going to tip up. So let's look at the design. So let's say something on the design. So we'll come up here now, small arrowhead like you've been taught, and I'm going to talk about the shape. And that reminds me of it looks like a ship's sail. Looks like a ship's sail. That's what I think the design looks like. So I'm annotating in block letters or capital letters across the page because that's very, very important as well. Now, let me have a think about what the brief or the specification has said. So I'm going to come in there now with my arrow, and I'm going to say the brief said, or the specification said about contrast, and I'm going to say that the yellow face, okay, and I'm going to say that contrasts well with orange body, because that's what I think it does. So already you can see that I'm working my way through the various areas. I'll make a personal annotation now. So I'll come from here, I'll come out there where there's a bit of space. You can see the importance now of leaving room all the way around. I'm going to say that I could look at different colours. Could look at different colour schemes. So I could look at different colour schemes for this design. I could look at 2 different colours of blue or something like that, So what about another personal annotation? Right, I quite like the maritime theme. All right, so I'm just going to put that in there. I like so maritime relates to ships and boats, and I've said this boat sort of sail. I like the maritime theme because I do like the maritime theme. And again, we're interested in what you of the designers got to say. What about the components? Well, we know we've got a locking nut, a washer, We've got a washer at the back, a rubber washer. We've got the clock motor, the various hands. I've not shown a red second hand on there. So I think I'll come away here and I'll say the hour hand. So the hour hand fits tightly on motor spindle. So the important thing is that with these annotations, they're all going to be different throughout my design concepts. I'm not repeating them, but I'm making sure I can tick them off from what's shown in my assessment information. So that's really important as well. Now, so I think we've just got manufacturability now. Well, I think this would be quite easy to manufacture because I've got a lot of straight lines. So let's come down here and I'm going to say that the shape or body, easy to manufacture. Now, I can't just write easy to manufacture. I've got to give a reason why. So if this was symmetrical, it might be more difficult to manufacture to get one side the same as another, okay? Or to get curves to blend in, you know, but this is just a design concept. So the shape stroke body, easy to manufacture, and I'm going to put another dash there because of the straight lines. Okay, and I think that's okay. I think I've got about 8 there. I've certainly covered my list: materials, design, safety, manufacture, personal opinions, components, and brief stroke specification. So I've got my 8 annotations. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I've built them up. So just remember with your annotations, use the correct pen. I've used my day-to-day regular fine line pen here. Make sure you use block letters across, or capital letters across the page left to right. Make sure your arrowheads touch the part you want to actually annotate. And remember, when we annotate, we're always giving some additional information. We're not labeling. Just saying plastic body tells me the body's plastic. Great. Tell me more. So look at your research work to assist you. You have done a lot of the information, you require is in your research work. But remember, we're very interested in the good, the not so good, the indifferent, and what you think of the design. Have a go at that. Thanks very much.